It still works better than last week, but
Oh, that's true. This is a whole lot better.
Dr. Janitor jump scare.
Here we go.
All right, everyone, welcome to the new and improved Artisan Exchange experience. This is
changed things up a little bit.
episode 29. Let's see, what's that? 6 months since we said we were going to switch to the new program, and we finally did it. It is February 27th, 9:13 p.m. on the East Coast. This is episode 29. I think I already said that. Yeah, we switched to a new program called Video Ninja tonight. We were using the Streamlabs Ultra Collab Cam, and it was, sorry to say, very unreliable. So
it was rough.
We made it our goal to figure this out. So Dr. J and I last, I think Sunday, sat here for like 2 hours, and we hammered it out, and we got it working. So hopefully our volume parameters are okay. It's a little different. I think it works well, except if you were on the live show, you would have saw that when the starting soon screen ended, Dr. J's face randomly popped up for a moment. So we're still working some of the kinks out, but otherwise, I think it's a lot better than it was. Again, sorry if our audio's a little off. We're still trying to find the right level settings because it's a little different than the old system. But overall, we like it better because it's not crashing on us like the other one was, or making us start an hour late like it was last week with our guest, which, again, shout out to Bard for sitting and waiting an hour for us to get started. But, yes.
Man has a pace to God.
So, anyway, welcome in. I hope you're all having a great week. How has your week been, guys?
It's been ups and downs. There has been a lot going on locally, if we want to talk about that. There has been at least one good thing that I know, and then there's at least one bad thing that I know. And I'll go ahead and drop the beans. The bad thing is, because we like to get bad news out of the way first, is our favorite store that we talk about all the time on here, McKay's, is closing our store.
Yep.
I legitimately had people come up to me at school this week, and one of them said, "I'm sorry for your loss," and I was like,
that's a big deal, though. I mean, it was 40 years. It's always been around, like as long as we've been alive, all three, like not together, like
120-year-old building.
But 40, I mean, nobody has been alive that it wasn't there. So I mean, that's big.
Yeah.
And then
It's a big swift kick in the balls.
It is.
I never realized that it had been there that long, because I never really even went to it until a few years ago.
Now, if we're getting technical, that spot's been there since 05, but there was another place from the 80s or whenever it initiated. But I want to know if Paper Mill has always been that packed. Like, they picked that spot at a time where maybe it wasn't as developed, and then all of a sudden, whoa, mama, there's hotels.
I mean, it's
up
definitely
Wazoo.
grown over time.
Right.
If that's what you're asking.
Right. Like, I never really traveled around our city here until I was working for a local music store.
Yeah. See, I remember going in middle school and high school, and that's the earliest that I remember. But of course, I live, 20 minutes away from it, so.
True.
It was always there.
Legit, my first day I went there, I was in there for 6 hours.
It's easy
Dang.
to do. Like, yeah. You get lost in there, especially whenever I was collecting DVDs, like physical DVDs, and you just sit there and rummage through them. And I mean, it's massive, and it's got so many.
I could stay there all day if it wasn't so full of people, but the crowd makes me want to walk right back out the door. But if it was,
yep.
Oh, I thought you were leading to something.
no, no,
Like, okay.
no. It's a cool story, and I would like to actually just sit and to really rummage around. But I feel I am a very conscious person about my surroundings. Like, I actually will almost... I have this thing where, like, I'll be walking, and, like, even if I'm on my phone, I'll be doing this. Like, I'm constantly surveying everything around me.
Oh.
So it makes me really irritated whenever people will be like... And they'll, like walk right into you. I'm like, why are you not constantly scoping everything out like I'm doing? Like, I know I'm a little too crazy about it, but some people are not. They're so oblivious. And I don't like being sitting there. It's like, I really want to look at this and feeling like someone's behind me like, move please. I'm like, I don't want to be anyone's way like they're in my way. But with stores like that, sometimes you have to be.
Yeah, I'm kind of the opposite, man. I don't really pay attention to people around me until I trip over them.
Yeah.
You know, it's just kind of how I am. But the good thing that came out of this week that I have found is our children's hospital is now sponsored or has her name attached to it for Dolly Parton.
Yes, it does.
So, with that being said,
have we lost Doc?
Oh.
No.
Oh, I thought you were frozen. You're like,
No.
you were so still. I have trauma from collab cam where it would just randomly freeze. I just really thought that we just lost you.
So that
I got to put more faith in video.
Question: the trees of the fantasy kind, is that going to change? I'd say it will be more lit up. I will say it will be more lit up and more production.
I think it'll be the Dolly Parton's trees of many colors.
I can see that too.
Okay, can I be the turd in the punch bowl here?
Sure.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Okay. Explain.
First off, we crack jokes about it, but now you can't even have a good abbreviation for it now. DPCH. Now it sounds like something.
No, I get that.
Yeah, bedroom Olympics stuff. But I don't know. It seems cheap to me. I don't know. And I guess I shouldn't be.
From what I see with her getting into, especially her imaginary library that she does.
Yeah,
so
we
if you guys don't
I don't know if y'all did that or not.
Yeah, we did. I mean, we're still getting them, but Dolly Parton does a thing where she mails books to kids from newborn all the way up until I don't know when it cuts off.
The Imagination Library.
They'll send you a book called Kindergarten Here I Come,
and it's one every single month. And I just think that's a great thing that she does. I don't know how involved she is.
I'm not knocking that. But Dolly's go for that. I'll give you.
You know, I hope she brings that kind of attention and that kind of.
I know the word you're looking for, but I can.
I hope that changes in the better, because I couldn't tell you last time I went to Children's Hospital, honestly. So
I'm trying to think.
But I haven't really had any bad experiences at Children's. No, it's not like I've had with other hospitals.
I went to Children's quite a bit when I was a kid. I'm honestly surprised DCS didn't investigate my parents.
I'll be right back.
Because I when I was 2, I busted my mouth open. It's hard to see on camera, but I have a white scar on my lip. I had to go there and get stitches, and then at some point I stood up in a shopping cart and fell out and hit my head. I had to go back to Children's, and then I had my arms dislocated at one point. Had to go to Children's. So I had quite a few incidents. But yeah, my kids go to Children's occasionally, but that's also the thing though, is no one ever calls it East Tennessee Children's Hospital. They just call it Children's. So changing the East Tennessee to Dolly Parton's is not really going to do anything.
Sidebar, I don't know if we can see chat or not, but Emily's telling me to turn my volume up.
Oh.
Okay.
I can see chat, but I don't think she's in the chat room.
No, she messaged us on the Facebook. When it comes to my children's hospital's experience, I didn't know either of you boys back then, but my mother worked at Children's for years, so I knew that place like the back of my hand. And I don't think necessarily. I mean, I think from what I've read with Dolly too, Dolly said if putting my name on it brings more exposure to it and brings good stuff to it, then my name needs to be put on it. I just maybe it's coming down to me being older and just not trusting anybody or anything.
Yeah,
I just think it's got to do better than worse. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but in from my reality and experience, it's never been bad. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think I've always known that they
look at
may
what
have
St.
struggled.
Mary's did, though. That's the thing. St. Mary's went to Tenova, and I'm maybe biased on this because of recent events, but yeah, Tenova.
But Tenova was kind of like a conglomerate, though. Is the ownership changing, or are they just rebranding it?
I have no. I thought it was a partnership.
Hi, I'm
with
Dolly
Dolly
Parton. Come heal these sick kids.
Dolly's just got like a podium, and it's like you hear like this World War II Third Reich music playing. I now own the hospital.
Here, put on this hospital gown of many colors.
All the nurses goose stepping down the hallways.
Oh
gosh!
I have a Facebook friend. I won't dip into details, but there was some riffraff about something with some contractual stuff with nurses, and I don't know to speak on it or anything like that. And that didn't set. My head was already kind of in the weird, like, I don't know about, I feel this space. But just reading that from someone on the inside there makes me think, something's happening. And I haven't mentioned that. Well, obviously I didn't know if Viper was digging into this, but I'm sure there's some internal, like, shuffling that they're going to have to be doing there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there always is.
I got nothing to... I don't know. Yeah.
It's hard not to be...
Sorry, that was just me.
It's hard not to question things or be a cynic anymore because,
That's
I mean, like, not being political, but it's like legitimately nothing is face value anymore. There used to be a time in life where everything could be as simple as this is A and this is B, and now it's like...
No, it's not.
It's like you say something. It's like I don't trust anything. Where's the there's I don't. I was trying to think of a word. I forgot.
A is the way, and if you're B, you're Satan incarnate.
Yeah.
It's duplicity, I guess, is the word I was looking for. It's like it feels like everyone's trying to hide something or manipulate somebody or. I don't know. Nothing seems face value anymore. It's always like there's a. We live in a time now where like conspiracy theorists seem like the most sane people on earth, and it's so crazy.
As sad as that is,
I hate it. I just want to go back to normal.
Welcome to the World Sucks podcast.
In recent news, Resident Evil Requiem came out yesterday. We're all getting ready to play it at some point.
We're all getting
it tonight.
I think we're all going to play after the podcast. None of us have started yet. So that's pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm. It was hard to get a hold of my copy. I was pissed, but
I just got mine digitally.
I mean, mildly
we just got ours
because,
digitally.
Yeah, I can't I'm not a digital boy yet. By pissed, like I said, I mean mildly perturbed because, it's just a fleeting thing in the world, and now I'm all melancholy and crappy. Oh, speaking of another good thing that came back this week, Scrubs.
Yes, Scrubs. Did you watch both episodes?
Yeah, I did.
So,
Alden,
I wanted to no, remember we discussed I don't watch Scrubs because I can't handle medical stuff.
So you're telling me you don't want no Scrubs?
No, but I do have a question. Is this a continuation or considered a sequel series?
Both?
Like, is it a new season?
Yeah,
is it like
both.
season whatever, or is it Scrubs 2 season 1?
Scrubs 2 Electric
separate.
Boogaloo.
Like, because I watched it on Hulu. I didn't watch it live because I don't have
I didn't either.
actual TV.
We're
But
not
yeah.
pal.
it's it's a separate show on there. I would call it a separate show. I would call it more of a reboot than another season.
So it's a sequel.
I would say it's a sequel.
Kind
That's going to
of.
make for a good segue in a minute, but anyway.
That's where I was getting at.
Okay.
Not Doc. Jesus, my name is Doc. Hey, you on the bottom screen. Viper, on season 9 of Scrubs, didn't they knock down Sacred Heart and then they're like, hey, it's a new hospital, right?
No.
I feel like
They never
did
knocked down Sacred Heart.
I thought they knocked it down.
You're talking about the last season
the
of
shit
it?
season.
Okay, so that was supposed to be a spinoff. And
Right.
ABC decided that they did not want, the Scrubs name to be away from the show.
Mm.
So that's why they made it a separate season instead of complete spinoff.
Right, but I felt like I remember.
I don't
like
think so.
Sacred Heart got knocked down or something, which when I was
They did
reading up on it-
renovations.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
I don't know
Because
whenever,
they did renovations at the end of season 8, and that's where JD did his last goodbye. Well, not last goodbyes, but had his
Spoiler
big
alert,
goodbye.
JD died in this original series, and we just retconned it, and he's really just. He had a really massive boo-boo for 25 years. And woke
He
up
tried
with
to
some-
jump the shark and missed.
Yeah, Emily said it's a continuation. I can see that because it kind of is, but it's completely different. It felt the same though. Did you feel the same?
So kind of like King of the Hill.
Kind of like King of the Hill.
It was
There's-
it was a jump forward with the same style of story and heart tuggy stringy thingy
Yeah.
moments.
So does
And
it
as long as-
retcon the previous sequel?
With bits of new sprinkled in just enough for you to know it's something new.
Does it like retcon the previous final season where they all train the new people?
I don't know enough of the newest season.
Yeah, there's only 2 episodes out so far, so it's not like a whole season.
Gotcha.
But it is looking like the people that we knew from before are now the adults and the teachers.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think that's
the
an easy
inmates are
way.
now running the asylum. So.
I mean,
For
Asylum.
better or worse.
pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But
But
as
it's
long
kind of
as
cool.
Scrubs
Sorry,
still
go ahead.
has that like buddy comedy mixed in with the very dramatic tug on your heartstrings, that's what I want out of my Scrubs. That's what I did not get in season 9.
Mhm.
It was, and I even did a rewatch podcast
Crappy
with both
slapstick.
Donald Faison and Zach Braff, all the way up until the finale of season 9, and I mean they knew it did not connect like all the rest of the episodes. Now I'm not saying that every episode of Scrubs is fantastic and hands down the best thing ever, but welcome in, channel
Hey.
Artie. But yeah, so from the 2 episodes that I saw, I was really impressed of how it was going, and I knew it was going to be good because of how they talked about it and how they were excited to bring it back.
Yeah.
If it was all new people, it would have been a shit show.
Drizzling. Yeah.
It would have been a shit show.
Yeah.
So the fact that the director is the same, maybe not all the writers are the same, but most of the cast, or original cast, new people thrown in there, of course, but it feels the same, and as long as it feels the same, I think it'll do great. Because that's
I
what
legit
season
was
9
looking
did
for
not
my pencil
have.
for five minutes.
It only had one person that stayed consistent. And
Gotcha.
I think that's where demand janitor. Yes. Hopefully we'll see janitor.
Alden, you maybe I misunderstood a minute ago. You said you don't like medical squeamish stuff.
I don't like it because the first time I really sat down and tried to watch Scrubs, maybe you weren't here that night. Well, we mentioned it on the podcast. I started watching the show in 2024,
Okay.
And like the beginning of 2024, and it was like a lot of plot lines about like cancer and stuff, and I couldn't deal with it.
Okay.
So
I got it.
Yeah,
too much of that in my life.
There's a season 1 episode that really like knees you right in the nads.
Yeah.
Like very beginning of the series, like episode 4 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's literally the episode. Yep.
Yeah, and I was like, no, I can't do this.
Yeah, where they have they mentioned like a 1 in 3 chance of leaving the hospital, and then at the end there's like, well, sometimes the odds are less than that, and they all die. Yeah, I could see why you'd want to avoid that. Then I figured you were like on, I think episode 1
because
of the first ones.
I'm really squeamish whenever it comes to like, cutting open, and that's why I didn't like any of the other doctor shows out there.
Yeah.
But,
so you didn't like Last Resort by Papa Roach?
Yeah, because
Can someone take some bits
it's-
away for that one?
if it's too much, then it just kind of makes me sick.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the topic that we're going to go over tonight, and this is a great
blood.
segue into it, is sequels. What are some sequels that are as good or better than the original?
So now it is equal or greater than.
Yeah, because we were talking about it earlier. It kind of has to be.
It's like it's very hard to think of something that's just outright better.
Exactly.
I don't know. My go-to is always going to be Shrek 2.
Shrek 2. Yeah.
I love Shrek 2 so
Here's the
much,
thing.
I have never watched Shrek 2.
and that kills
Shrek 2
me
is
inside.
great a movie. But the
It's the
thing
perfect
that I
sequel.
like the most about Shrek 2 is after the credits end and you have the American Idol thing. That was so fun. And even if you just watch the American Idol thing, it's still a good time. Like you don't have to know anything about the movie to enjoy that part of it.
I love how much number 2 is how the world building that it does, and
It does do a lot more.
it's
of that,
just so I don't even know. I could go on all day about that movie. Like, it's unironically a really good movie. Like, a lot of people look at Shrek, that's a meme. I'm like, no, it's actually a good movie. Shrek 2 was awesome, but I love like all the there's subtle details in it. Like, I don't want to spoil a 20-something-year-old movie, especially for Dr. Janitor who has not seen it. But like, there's like hints to the plot, like at the very beginning of the movie, like in the king and queen's room, like there's like tapestry of like a pond and like lily pads and stuff in the background and stuff. You ever notice that? It's just like really
No, I
cool
haven't.
little details. Like what they said where they first met down by the pond and stuff. I'm like, oh, dude, yeah, it's got good foreshadowing. It's got good character moments.
I've got
I mean,
5 shadowing.
Antonio Banderas' Puss in Boots is
Antonio
all time
I
phenomenal.
drew a smiley face on my forehead.
Oh dear God,
Okay.
why?
Because I can't contribute to the Shrek conversation, so I drew a smiley face on my forehead.
You just want to do like a makeup tutorial over here, and
And then they hid the victims' bodies in the freezer.
well, what is your all-time favorite sequel, movie, game, whatever it be?
I would
Doctor.
say Kingdom Hearts 2.
Or
Oh,
Doctor.
Doc.
Either
okay.
one. Either one.
You said words, so
I would say Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yuck, gross.
I think Kingdom Hearts 2 took everything and made it extremely more complicated.
Yeah, they did.
I think they dove into a story that kind of built upon what Kingdom Hearts 1 and Chain of Memories and I think whatever fraction
Birth
it
by
was
Sleep
of
and
day.
Chain of Ding
Well,
Dong.
2 was still the third one that come out. It was out before
Okay.
358 days.
Okay. But I still think that did a great job of being not a flop as a sequel.
2, in my opinion, it sits on a precipice between a very good. It's a perfect sequel, but the beginning of a disaster, because self-contained, if the story had ended with 2, it would have been awesome, but it set up so much convolution that it made the series so hard to process after that. Like, in terms of
After that, yeah,
gameplay. Gameplay was awesome. The drive forms were super fun. The story was more expanded. Like the gummy ship system was better. The graphics,
I'll give you that.
The graphics were better. The music was awesome. But like
the worlds were
and
fun.
the Little Mermaid world was ass too.
I love how the language is progressively getting worse on here every week.
Ding dong poopy poop. Dude, it was nothing but Button Mash Jones.
It was the mini game. I hated the mini game. Well, it's probably because they realized that everyone hates water levels, and we're no better.
Water levels absolutely suck.
But
it really sucks.
But Kingdom Hearts 2 began like. I wouldn't say the game itself began the trend, but you could definitely tell that the story got a little more esoteric. And then when the series relied on too many sequels, so the thing is, the only bridge between 1 and 2 was Chain of Memories, but then after 2 you had 358 Days Over 2, Birth by Sleep, Recoded, 2.8, Fragmentary Passage. There's literally 5 titles between 2 and 3. And it's just...
There was 15 years. There was 15 years.
Yeah, and there's no reason for it to be that much time. And now it's already been, 7
5?
since... I think it's been 7. Least. I think it came out 2019.
Okay.
You
can do a whole lot better math than I can.
Yeah. But I still love the series, and I still love. I actually really am wanting to play it again. I'm at a precipice. I can't decide if I want to stream it or not. That's the biggest reason I haven't played it yet, because I don't know if I want to stream it or not.
I streamed it and it was fun.
Mm-hmm. I love the games. I literally had a thing every summer when I was in high school. Was the first day of summer vacation, I would start Kingdom Hearts 1, and I'd play the entire game on summer vacation every year.
I did that during spring break.
What'd you do with the other 103 days of summer vacation?
I didn't play the whole game in one day. I actually did. I did though. I did one day though. I went to my friend's house. His sister didn't really understand what was happening in the game. She couldn't figure it out. So I'm like, hey, I'll show you how to play it. And then I ended up starting the game. And then it was 4 in the morning, and their dad gets up to go to work. He's like, why are you all still awake? I'm like, shh, I'm in Neverland right now. We're going to finish this game. I sat up and played the entire game in one night. He's like, everyone go to bed. And I'm like, no.
Sidebar, Kingdom Hearts. So I went through, that's actually working to a sequel that I'm sure one of us will probably hit. My students are getting ready for Music March Madness, and we've discussed, I think privately, the bracket that we built. I picked 14 songs, and then the gym teacher who gave me the idea, I pulled a song from a game he suggested, and then I randomly put up Silent Hill 2, which we'll talk about that in a minute. But we got.
I'm surprised it lasted this long.
We got to Kingdom Hearts, and so I had a little YouTube playlist that's unlisted or whatever, and I will play a little 30-second snippets of each song just to get them a taste. And I explained each game, except for Silent Hill 2. I just said, you don't need to know details. This is just a cool Japanese composer. Click. But anyway, we did Kingdom Hearts, and it was a still image of the moon heart, and then all the people sitting on the whatever the heck. And I said, really, just think of Japanese anime style characters, but with Disney and Mickey and Minnie, and you saw the little kids were like, oh, yeah. And then I kept naming characters and stuff, and then occasionally you'd have a kid go, hey, I know that, that's a thing I know. And it's hard to describe that game. That's what I was basically just getting at.
It is really hard to describe that game.
My daughter's
I've tried many times.
It's either her or maybe her father or her brother. They're super into the series too, and they're in the same boat you two knuckleheads are of the second one being the best. But I think the convolution of it just made it too much for me, and that's why I kind of give it grief. But yeah,
see, here's the crazy thing. There, so. I think it's the better game, but it's not my favorite.
Yeah, it's
literally on paper it's the better game, but Kingdom Hearts 1 is still my favorite.
And for me, I think it's my favorite, but I don't think it's the best. I think that overall, cohesion-wise, story for number 1 is the best.
Agreed.
I think the gameplay for 2 is the most fun, and I think that the characters of Birth by Sleep are the most compelling, but Birth by Sleep loses points because of the repetition of having to play the entire story 3 times.
Yeah.
But I think the cast
That's the one
is...
you're stuck in the castle?
No, that's the one
Chain
that's...
of Memories.
Yeah.
That's the
Birth by
game.
Sleep is the prequel to the entire series, and
The
I
convolution of the
love
story
the
is what
characters.
really just ruined it for me, I think.
And that's understandable. I mean,
That's
it
too
does
many
get
cooks in the
really,
kitchen.
really complicated.
Yeah. I don't mind. I mean, I'm not like insinuating that I'm like, me play game.
Yeah.
But it's just almost too hard to follow. Not almost, it is
But
too
you
hard
know
to
what
follow.
the weirdest thing is? Looking back on it, I'm like, yeah, it seems kind of convoluted, but that's because I haven't played it in so long. When I played it, I was never confused. Because it's a series that if you play the entire series,
Yeah.
it's not that hard to follow, but for people who don't play them all, it's harder to follow. The problem is they haven't preserved it well enough to play all of them. So like if you buy the complete collection, you don't play 358 Days, you don't play Recoded, it's just cutscenes. So you just feel like you're watching an interactive movie. And it's kind of hard to absorb it that way, in my opinion. But, I mean, the game's still convoluted. Like, you have this character who is named this character, but is not this character, who's in this character's body, who looks just like this character, but is a clone of this character. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
Like, there's a great meme. It's
How
like
much
5 different
acid
pictures
did I
of
use
Riku,
wrong?
and it's like, this person is not this, but is this person. And I'm like, what? But if you play the game, it does make sense, but it's not something you can just explain to somebody. And I think that's where people get off with it. Because I'm like, dude, if you've played Final Fantasy, there's some Final Fantasy games that are more convoluted than this.
Yeah.
There's still Final Fantasy games that I'll finish. Like, it took me years to explain the ending of Final Fantasy X to people.
Such a good game.
It is so good. So good.
I'm not going to put it on this list because I have not played 10-2.
It's the perfect sequel. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
You can
Just
vouch.
kidding. Just kidding.
I'm just not going to do that.
No. But
But any movies
besides Shrek 2.
besides Shrek 2? A lot of people would say Home Alone 2.
And that's the weird one for me, is I
watched Home Alone
only...
2 first, and
Did
when
you?
I backtracked,
Okay.
I did.
Me too.
Yeah. Do you think the second one's a better sequel, or better than, or as good as the first one?
With no context to the first, I don't know if I can give an accurate statement on that. At the time, obviously, I've seen it since then.
Yeah. Would you give it to it now?
Yes.
It's hard for me because
But then you
self-contained...
miss a lot of the... Yeah. Like, if you didn't watch the first one, a lot of the nods in the second one, you're like, oh, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's my thing is, growing up, it was one of the only 3 movies that my grandma had that I was interested in, and I spent a lot of time with her. I would say that I thought that it was... Comparing the two, they're very similar movies. I think that's my biggest complaint, is it feels like a beat-for-beat remake of it, almost. It's like, same premise, just different location, same gags, but it was amped up, and like, almost to an absurd level. It didn't get as bad as number 3 did. Number 3 was just absurd how some of the jokes... I mean, flat out would just murder these people. But in such a slapstick way. But... I thought 2 was really funny. I liked the setting. I thought New York was... I mean, as an adult, I don't know if I think New York is more interesting than Winnetka is. But I like both settings. But I thought New York was a little more interesting than the suburbs outside Chicago.
I could see that, yeah.
It was cool going to see the actual house where the first movie was, though.
I think it's at least as good. I
Yeah.
can say that.
But if you watch the first one and then watch the second one, it really takes points away from the second one because it does feel too similar. But I do think a lot of the scenes are better of the second movie, but I think just the scene of the church with Old Man Marley in the first one just makes that a great movie. It's a really...
Scrooge McFart is in the second movie, too, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah. But Tim Curry is also in the second one too, so we will talk about that because
Smash
Tim
it.
Curry is absolutely amazing.
And Rob Schneider.
Oh yeah, Rob Schneider. Yeah, oh
I
boy.
it still is weird to me watching the second movie and watching the camera pan out of Kevin standing on top of the World Trade Center. It's still so odd. Because as a kid, I mean, for one, if you watched the movie when it came out, that was 10 years before it happened. No one knew what was going to happen. But even then, as a kid, you wouldn't really piece that together.
Yeah, I mean, we watching it growing up. I had no clue. I mean, I just thought it was a tall skyscraper. You know, I had no clue, what was actually the World Trade Center. But
I mean, I'll be honest with you. For years when I was a kid, I thought it was the Empire State Building because I didn't know what the World Trade Center was until the terrorist
I've never
attack.
been to New York.
I haven't either.
I've never been to New York. Yeah,
I've been on top of the Empire.
we were
State
actually
Building.
supposed to go. And we had tickets. We had tickets for Wicked and everything set up. And that we were supposed to go the week that they New York shut down for COVID.
What's crazy to me is
everything.
my in-laws used to live like an hour past where Home Alone 1 was filmed on location. And it's so much further away than New York is. So I'm like, there's no reason we couldn't just get in the car and go to New York City one time. Like, I think from where we live, like, D.C. is 7.5 hours, and where her parents used to live was 12 hours. So I'm like, if I could do that, I could go to D.C. if I wanted to. But we just don't because, without a destination. That's the thing is, I can drive all day if I have somewhere to sleep for free, but I don't want to pay, $100, $200 a night for a hotel. And so we just don't do things like that. But one day.
Well, I haven't hit a movie yet. Let's do that.
What you got?
I was leaning sci-fi towards one, but I really kind of fell out of this fandom. So I'm going to go with The Dark Knight.
Yeah,
Yes.
that is.
I will say that is the better one.
It is
My
probably
one
the
on the
best
chopping
one.
block was The Empire Strikes Back, but I feel like the convolution of Star Wars kind of got a lot. But Empire was really up there because it turned a big.
I just watched Empire
Yeah.
yesterday or the day before.
But I think I'll hitch my saddle on Dark Knight because that
Dark Knight was fantastic. I remember watching it in theater. Me and Doc watched it in theaters together. Yeah.
With Batman Begins, it was okay.
It was very slow, in my opinion.
I'll
A lot of dialogue, very slow.
Yeah, they're world building, all that stuff.
My mind does not take to those kind of movies. Very Quentin Tarantino movies that have a lot of dialogue in it
Yeah.
just don't grab my attention.
Crown Royale. Wait, no, it's not it. Royale with cheese. That's what it is.
Royale with cheese.
Crown
Royale
Royale
with
with
cheese.
cheese. Sounds like a heartburn on wheels.
Look at the big brain on Marvin.
I had a second grader walking out of school the other day, and he just takes 2 steps out, and he looks at himself and goes, "I have a brilliant brain," and then he walks down the steps, and he just keeps talking to himself, and it turns out he missed his car ride, so maybe he wasn't as brilliant as he thought. But anyway, back to Dark Knight. With The Dark Knight, the world building, I guess, paid off with Batman Begins, and then it introduces several new things really right off the bat. It lands Heath Ledger into GOAT territory with his portrayal of Joker, because before then, Joker was really established. Mark Hamill covered him audibly with tons of voiceover roles for him, and Jack Nicholson. As
I think
our
it took
age
away
people-
from the campiness of the 90s.
Yeah.
Because Tim Burton's stuff, all his stuff was super campy. I'd hate to say graphic novel style, but comic style.
It was very much more in the comic style, and that was around the time most of us were born or in that frame, and it just never was my Batman. It's just like your favorite James Bond. Sean Connery is my Bond. Roger Moore is my Bond. Well, Christopher. Oh shit, what's his name?
Nolan.
Yeah. Well, what's the dude?
Oh,
Christian
Reeve.
Bale.
That one. No, Bale.
Oh, Christian Bale. I thought you were talking about.
Hey, ironically, I didn't intend on wearing this tonight, but I did. But yeah, Christian Bale. He's my Batman.
Yeah.
I will say he's my Batman.
Yeah. Things that have come since, other Batmans. As much as I was worried about Ben Affleck, he went.
He was a good Batman.
Well,
I didn't like him as a Bruce Wayne, but he was a really good Batman.
He was okay. And then really with old Sparkle Vamp, I was really shockingly surprised at how well that went. I thought that was
Now,
going to be...
let me tell you,
Almost like
that
he's
was
a good
hard
actor,
movie.
and he's been typecasted as one of his dumbest roles.
I know. I mean...
That was a hard movie for me to sit through, just how long it was.
It's a slow burn.
It was.
And it was a slow movie as well.
Because it's more of a detective movie than a superhero movie.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, I
Did
dug
I
that
enjoy the
definitely.
movie walking out of the theater? Absolutely, I did. I thought it was a great movie. I thought he did a wonderful job as a Batman.
Yeah. I
it
particularly
was hard
liked
to sit
Commissioner
through.
Gordon in The Batman.
Yes.
I don't know the actor's name, but he's been in several films. I know he was Felix Leiter in Casino Royale. He was Felix for a couple of Bond movies. I do like the character. I can't tell you his name if my life depended on it, but I'm
My
off
favorite
tangent
Gordon.
here.
Gary Oldman will always be my Gordon.
Gary Oldman is my favorite Gordon, but the Batman's Gordon was
Yeah.
He was really
great.
good.
Yeah. But yeah, Dark Knight's my movie one. You ready to flip the script and maybe hit games sequels?
Let's do it.
Yeah, because
Okay.
that's where I was going to get to is, but I kind of want to preface this. What is it about movies that seem to be an easier medium to craft a better sequel, but games are so difficult? Because I can't as readily think of a sequel of a game that's better as I can a movie.
I would say that there's more sequel in video games than movies.
Really,
for me.
so there's not for me.
Yeah.
Well, what you got?
another-
Maybe you'll change my mind.
Mafia 2.
I haven't played Mafia.
Okay. So
Well, shut it down, boys.
shut it down, boy. Mafia 2 is fantastic.
I never got far with it. I think that was right when my
really?
PlayStation 3 was...
It kind of
I don't really
brings you in because you don't have to play the first one to be able to play the second one, and you don't have to play either one of those to play the third one. So they're all like a different story that's tied into the last of the first one.
Yeah.
So it kind of catches you up, but if you're into the Godfather, the Goodfellas, all that kind of stuff, it hits every part that you're looking for.
Goodfellas.
It has a lot of action. It has a lot of vulgar speech. It has a lot of physical violence. I mean, you go all the way from 1920s all the way up. Not till modern day, but you go through a couple of different decades, and you get to see that change throughout the entire game.
Yeah.
Was that on the PlayStation 2?
In PlayStation 3.
Why do I not remember finishing the game? I
don't know.
felt like there was a hardware issue, but...
Violex, my brother-in-law, he's the one that got me into it, and I just thought that was amazing. There's a lot of fun collectibles in the game. You can literally just... It's almost like a GTA, but it's more story.
Oh yeah, that's what it was
focused
tailored back
than
to. And
GTA.
the first Mafia game was almost ridiculous in its realism, especially when it came to driving.
Now the first
because
Mafia is
driving was
yeah,
miserable.
Driving was miserable in the first one,
Yeah.
but that's another game. And then what's a couple of the other ones? I know a couple of the popular ones that I did not play is Jack and Dexter 2. A lot of people
never
have
played
that.
that.
It's actually just called Jack 2.
Whatever, Jack 2.
I hope someone got fired for that blunder.
Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal. I think that's the second one of those.
I don't even remember which one's which in that. I know there's a lot of them, but I don't know the order.
But I mean, those are still sequels that
Yeah.
match up at least to the first one, because they take the first game, they listen to what people liked about it, I guess, and then they just said, okay, here's what people liked and what didn't like, let's create a game with these aspects of it.
Yeah.
So I mean, those are a couple different ones that I see. I don't know if this would be a sequel, but I mean, you got to put Skyrim on there.
I mean,
It
it
is
doesn't
a sequel.
necessarily have to have a 2. I mean, it can
Yeah.
be a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6,
Yeah.
7.
But I would definitely put Skyrim on there. I mean,
That's the funny thing though is most people think, or at least the hardcore gamers think that every entry in Elder Scrolls actually gets worse. People still say Morrowind's the best.
really.
Yeah, I
Ooh.
can't play more than 5 minutes of
I
Morrowind.
can't. I could barely play Oblivion, honestly.
Yeah,
I haven't tried
started
the remake, so
It's
I want to
good.
get it.
remake
It's,
does
it's
it
dipping down
better,
into a price.
but the
ball.
original one, I mean, whew. Fallout is another good one. You know, 3 and 4 and
Yeah.
New Vegas
I had to quit
you know,
someone.
were a whole lot better than 1, 2, which are like technical
Yeah, there.
strategy type games.
Yeah.
Did you ever end up beating any of those? Because you kept telling me you had a hard time with them. Yeah.
Man,
Knowing
I
your
would-
style and knowing you, I figured you would have much more enjoyed Fallout than.
I'm not a shooter though.
Well, that's the thing about Fallout. It doesn't feel like a shooter as much as because if you use like the VAT system. Dude, that's just the selling point for Fallout.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's just something that disconnected me from it. I would try to play it multiple times, and I just couldn't get far into it.
Which one did
Yeah.
you play? I forget. Was it Fallout 4?
Fallout 4 mostly.
Oh, 3's better.
Did you ever? No,
I tried
not
New
true.
Vegas.
Not true.
A
Dude,
little
3's
bit.
better than 4.
No. Not even close.
4's definitely got upgraded.
I have a
Stop.
newfound respect for New Vegas because I finally went through it about 4 years ago and I went, okay.
Yeah, I just tried New Vegas maybe a couple months ago or whatever.
Mhm.
It was okay. I mean, it just kind of felt outdated. and I
Note to
could definitely feel it.
self: Viper's Power Play.
Okay.
No, I'm still working on that. I got to think of something because I'm
Yeah.
going to run out of time.
Yep.
Alden, you want to hit some game sequels that end with Pilot Pill Poo?
I was about to say, obviously, Silent Hill 2 is probably my main.
Pilot Bill.
I wouldn't call anything in the Final Fantasy series a true sequel because they're
Yeah, I
not
wouldn't
they're not built on each other as in terms of like.
Unless
mean,
you do
gameplay
10-2
mechanics-
or 13-2.
I mean, gameplay mechanics. Obviously, each game changes things around, but I mean, it's hard to say Final Fantasy 7 is a sequel to 6. 7's my favorite, but I wouldn't call it a sequel to 6. Trying to think what other games I think there are improvements. Mega Man Battle Network 2, I think, is a pretty good sequel to the first game.
I never Mega Man'd before, but that was my little brother really liked Mega Man's, and that would be something I'd want to pick up and try for him.
Honestly, just about
It's
every
really hard.
about
I've heard
In my
every
opinion.
I will say there are multiple. So there's 6 different Mega Man series. There's Mega Man, Mega Man X, Mega Man Legends, Mega Man Battle Network, Mega Man Star Force, and Mega Man Zero. And I guess if you want to count 7, if you count ZX as a series, but it's really kind of a sequel to Zero. It's kind of like 0.2. But it's funny enough, if you look at every one of those games, the second installment is better than the first. So Mega Man 2 is widely regarded as better than 1. It's pretty much the best of the original series. Mega Man X2 is a lot of people consider it to be an improvement over 1. I think 1's better, but whatever. Legends 2 is an improvement over 1. Zero, I think Zero is just a solid franchise. All 4 titles are good. But like Battle Network 2 is better. Like everything about Mega Man, just they got better each time, and then they got worse after that. The X series is kind of weird. People liked 1, and then 2, and then 3 went down, and then they loved 4, and then it's like, please stop. Not to go off on a tangent here, but if you ever played Mega Man X, it is ridiculous because there are 8 titles in a spinoff in the X series, and the creator Inafune wanted it to end with X5, and Capcom's like, no. So the ending of 5 is very much a concrete ending, and then 6 happens, and there's like, never mind. And it makes no sense.
Excellent.
So, yeah, fun. But
Doc, you got another one that you want to throw at us?
Let's throw some games out. When the end of this game happened, the way they ended it, and I'm about to spoil a 16-year-old game, you would think that Red Dead Redemption would not need a sequel.
oh yeah,
I would definitely say Red Dead 2 is a better game than 1.
After realizing that, hey, you can't play as the initial character who you grew to love in the first one, how can this Arthur Morgan guy end up?
yeah. We had a power surge and everything just stopped. We're back, but I can. Doc, are you still there?
On the broadcast.
1 second. Sorry, guys, we have technical difficulties.
Doc, you're frozen.
All right, we will be back next Friday. Hope you guys have a great night. We are heading out now,
We can still hear you. Oh, no.
so we'll see you guys next time.